Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, RFT, where I show you guys all the tips and tricks and way to make money all on your own in high school, and how I personally made over $12,500 and how you guys can do it too. In my last video, I kind of gave you guys the overview of what this channel was going to be about, so if you haven't seen that already, go ahead and go check that out at some point. So in this video, I'm going to start talking to you guys about how to get started with your own exponential lawn business over the summer and the importance of location and flyers. So the best way to get started with a lawn business over the summer, in my opinion, is to start by offering to cut people's lawns. So this way is extremely effective and exponential because it will lead to more opportunities down the line in your business. For me, I personally generated around $2,000 a summer just from cutting lawns, but even then that was much less than what I made from my extended businesses, but all those extended businesses rooted from cutting lawns, which is why I think it's a great way to start. Okay, so the first step is to know your location in the neighborhood. Make sure you guys are doing this stuff before the summer starts. You know, if you start doing this in June, you might start losing out on some business because you're definitely gonna need this time to prepare. So being aware of your location is really gonna be beneficial for you because you'll know where you wanna target your time and energy. So for me personally, I knew that as I went east in the neighborhood, the houses were getting bigger and nicer, so I knew the customers had more money and therefore were probably willing to pay me more. So make sure you guys know where you are in the neighborhood and know which directions you want to target your time and energy, so that way you don't waste your time, going down the wrong streets and not getting any business. Okay, so the second step is to start making some unique flyers. Okay, and you want to make sure you make these and print these and all this stuff and distribute them before the summer actually starts, because it will give your clients time to get prepared, and it will also give you time to get prepared, and they'll also really appreciate you thinking far ahead into the summer, and then they might pay you more for that. You can make your flyers online. I know there's a couple websites that you can do it. I looked through a couple of them, but I personally just did it on Microsoft Word. It seemed to work out pretty good for me, and I think everybody has access to that, so I recommend just using that. So the things you want to include on your flyer is your name and your phone number. This way, when your clients get it, they can call or text you when they want your service, in this case, it being lawn mowing. Now, your name and your phone number are pretty basic to put on your flyer, but the things that I want you to put on your flyer that is really going to get you some business are the following. So the first thing is your school name. So when you put your school name on this flyer, people are definitely going to want to hire you more because it might be some sort of local patriotism thing going on, like, oh, he goes to a local school, or maybe your clients are connected one way or another. Maybe they have like a kid that goes there or a niece, nephew, or whatever, and they're going to want to help those students out. And you're probably thinking like, oh, it's obvious that I go to a local school. I'm in this neighborhood and I'm offering to do work for my neighbors or whatever, but sometimes your clients just need that reminder. Once they see it on paper, it's a good reminder for them. Also, if you're trying to make money for a good cause over your high school career, like you're trying to save money to go to college, definitely make sure to advertise that on your flyer. This is definitely going to help you get some good business. Okay, so the next thing that you want to add on your flyer is a picture of yourself. Putting a picture of yourself on your flyer is going to give your clients a face to trust, So take a really good picture of yourself, or even take a couple. I know I put 3 on my flyer, because then your clients will see that you're a hardworking and determined kid, and will definitely increase their chances of hiring you. And having a picture on your flyer is just going to draw a lot of attention. People like to look at pictures, so if you do this, it will increase your chances of getting noticed. Okay, so now that you have your flyer and you have your name and your number and your pictures and you have a nice design, now it's time to print them. Now, a very strategic and beneficial thing to do when you're printing your flyers is print a good amount in black and white, but then definitely make sure to print some in color. The reason I printed some in color is so that way when I came across a house that I really wanted business from, I would definitely make sure to give them a colored flyer. The color is more engaging and therefore will increase your chances of getting business from that client. So if there's like an elderly person in your neighborhood that you know where they live, definitely make sure to give them a colored flyer. Or if there's like maybe a couple that just had a baby and they won't have time to get out and do lawn work, give them a colored flyer. And the reason I didn't do it for everybody is because printing in color is kind of expensive, so you kind of have to pick and choose specifically who you want to give those colored flyers to. Okay, so step 4 is to distribute them around your neighborhood. Okay, so you want to get the word out as much as possible. This means giving flyers to family friends and having them pass on the message, taking a day or a weekend going through your neighborhood, putting them in mailboxes, etc. Okay, so what I did that really got me some attention is I took all my flyers, I poked a little hole in the corner, and I put a rubber band through it, and I tied a knot, and then I put it on the door handle of all the houses I wanted business from. So the reason I did this is because it drew a lot of attention. If you put it in the mailbox, it might get mixed with some other mail, and it could even get tossed in the trash without ever even being looked at. So putting it on the door handle directly is going to get you a lot of attention, because eventually the house owner is going to have to take it off the door handle and they're going to have to read it and notice it. Okay, another great tip if you want to expand your radius of business without jeopardizing cost is distribute a flyer to every other house on the block. And then on the flyer you can write, "Tell your neighbor," or something like that. This will help you double your radius without having to print more flyers and therefore spending more money. Okay, so now that you've designed and printed and distributed all your flyers, now it's time to get a planner book that you use only for this business. This is definitely one of the most important parts of the process because organization is really key. You know, if you miss a day that you were supposed to cut someone's lawn, you might lose trust with that customer and therefore maybe future business with them down the line. So when someone calls or texts you asking for your service, you got to get out your planner, you got to write their name down, their address, and any notes about their lawn that you think are going to be important. Okay, so talk to your client and talk about which day of the week, what time works best for both of you, if they want their lawn cut weekly or bi-weekly, and then make sure to write all this stuff down under their name in your planner. Okay, so that's pretty much it on location and flyers. So if you guys learned something from this video or got a good tip out of it, make sure to give it a like. And if you guys want to see the next video on tips and tricks to actually cutting clients' lawn and deciding pricing, make sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified when the next video comes out. All right, till next time, see you guys.